Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 40th Swirl, where we do the bold and the beautiful recap and review. We're going to be going over today's episode. I tell you, it was really pathetic today. One word, pathetic. I don't know what the writers were thinking about, but they lost me once again. Let's get on right into the scene. We have Ridge. Well, I should say Rusty Dusty. Okay? He's still trying to get Flip Flopper to marry him. And he sure is not making a good presentation. Not in my book. We have Dollar Bill still showing sharpshooter around the reins of the Spencer Publications empire. He's still not really thoroughly impressed, but Bill is giving it all he can. Okay, to make him see the other side of being a man. Then we have, ooh, I tell you, it was just pathetic today, y'all. I just don't have the energy to even go over it because it was just that boring. But let me keep trying to trudge against this sand that they're having me fall deeper and deeper in. Okay, we have greedy ass trying to get everything right. He's sitting there talking to Wyatt, Spencer man, on the comings and goings that Porsche Grace has been running before Queen, and they would definitely run and be very, very successful without her later on. So he's basically telling Spencer, man, don't get it twisted. We were already straight before you or your mother got here. So don't get it. Don't get in my face talking about all these sales reports and these new orders coming in. Yes, they're very impressive. But again, we were unique and exquisite before you and your mother, and we will be after you and your mother are gone. So that was cute enough. Anyway, then we go back to Mama Bear. She is questioning Papa's Bear loyalty and sense when Papa Bear still insists that Katie is no threat and he wants her to move next door to them. Then we have my sweet Katie. She's trying to convince the seller, the real estate agent, to convince the seller of the home or the owner of the home at this point to sell her the house. Now I'm like, my sweet Katie, didn't Papa Bear tell you to lowball and stay lowballing until you get that house? Because sellers or real estate people will say any and everything to close a deal, and they definitely not going to let you go lowballing, which that's what Papa Bear told you to do. Now you have turned and did the complete opposite because your fantasy that the writers are trying to write in that you're having about this house, it really has something to do with Papa Bear. At least that's where I'm getting it. Because I'm like, you can love a house, but if they ain't trying to, you ain't trying to pay the money. Excuse me, y'all. I just got off work and I'm trying to tape. It's 12:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if I get to yawning a little bit, please forgive me. Because I'm sleeping. But anyway. This is my extra income, so I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, but anyway, with that enough said, we're looking like, my sweet Katie, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Either they want to sell you the house or they don't. You're paying them cash money, cold hard money. Okay, you're not trying to get a loan from nobody to pay them off, this, that, and the third. You paying them cold, hard cash that they can just take to the bank and deposit it with no time waiting. You see what I'm saying? So why would you go against the grain on what Papa Bear told you to do? So to me, it seems like the writers have some other plans and plots they want to introduce to your storyline, which will affect Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and my sweet, sweet Katie. So I see what you're doing. Don't like it, but I see what you're doing. But anyway, like I said, Katie, my sweet Katie, is going over and above what Papa Bear told her not to do to make sure she gets the house. Then the seller goes on, well, the real estate agent for the seller of that home that Katie wants, goes on to tell her to write a letter. Write a letter to the owners about how much she wants this house. See, it wouldn't be me. I ain't got to tell you why I want the house, this, that, and the third. You either gonna sell it to me or you don't. You either want my cold, hard cash that you can take right to the bank, or you can just wait and get a check. We'll have to sit, what, 5 or 10 days, business days, till you can get your hands on it. I'll be like dollar bill. Money talks, bullshit walks. So, as we say, Katie still don't have a mind of her own. So we move on from there. We go to, excuse me, Bozo the Clown, crazy ass lamb. He comes in and finds Sharpshooter and his dad, dollar bill, spending time together. And he's noticing that Sharpshooter is not really wanting to be there. He knows he must be pressured to be there because he just senses it and he sees it all over Sharpshooter's face. Okay? So then we have Rusty Dusty is still trying to get Flip Flopper to remember Stephanie's last days on this earth, and he wants her to tell him a little bit about it. And at this time, they were like having some fallout, and Dusty Rush was over in Paris doing what he wanted to do. He didn't care if his mama was sick or whatever. She ended up dying, tore a bridge apart. But you know how Rusty Dusty is. He's self-centered, got to do what he want to do whenever he want to do it. So he was just trying to go down memory lane of what it was like prior to his mama dying, and he can only get that insight from Flip Flopper. And I'm like, Rusty Dust, if you don't sit yourself down, you're trying to convince, no, you're trying to guilt trip Flip Flopper into falling back in love with you and trying to put a dead woman's memory into play to help you secure Flip Flopper back in your life. How dare you take such a low blow to get a woman who you don't really care about? It's just a trophy wife to you again. You just want to be able to steal her from somebody else who's wealthy, well influenced, and probably well endowed. Oh, wait. I'm just all done with Rusty Dusty. I can't take him anymore. Okay. Then we go back to the seller. It's telling my sweet Katie to finish up her letter and to make sure she includes that she knows Papa Bear. Okay. That may speed up and change the seller's mind to lean more in your favor. And if I was my sweet Katie, I would say F her. F him who's trying to sell this house. Either they want to sell it or they don't. They don't have no more ties into the community. Why would they care who they're renting the house out to or who they're selling the house to? They don't have no stake in it anymore. If they did, they would still be living there and renting out the property if they cared so much about it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, get away from here. I wouldn't have wrote no letter. I was like, look, they have this time to contact me back with a yay or nay that they're accepting my offer or they're refusing my offer. Other than that, I got to bounce. And then I'm going to fire you because you're not working hard for me to make this happen with this house. That's what I would have rolled. Okay, moving on from that situation. Okay, then we go to Mama Bear. She's still talking with Papa Bear about my sweet Katie's living conditions for the future. She's not liking it one bit, and she's expressing it all to Papa Bell. We go to commercial, we come back. We go back to Greedy ass wanted all Rick. He's telling Spencer man, which is Wyatt, that my sweet Katie is buying a home next to my father. And at first, I don't think Spencer man heard him clearly about his mom already having issues in her mind that my sweet Kate is trying to mess with her man Papa Bear. When he tried to reassure her just a couple of days back prior, after this incident, that my sweet Katie don't want anything to do with Papa Bear. Are you losing it? So he had to set his mom straight too. Now he's kind of figuring out, well, maybe my mom trying to get off the hinges again. She's trying to take her door off the hinges, being paranoid, and this, that, and third. He don't think it's a good idea for Katie to be living that close to his mom from what she was telling him about. She has to be on high alert on Katie or any other woman coming for her man, Papa Bear. I'm like, girl, Mama Bear, only you want Papa Bear. Okay. Only you, my love. All right, we leave that situation. We go back to Mama Bear. She's still telling Papa Bear about her insecurities about other women, or especially my sweet Katie. Of course, Papa Bear still telling her feelings are unfounded. He never gave her a reason to think that he would cheat on her. He's very loyal. He's very compassionate. He's very much so in love with Mama Bear. He's still trying to express that to her, but it still ain't sinking in. It ain't sinking in, y'all. Okay, then we have Bozo the Clown is talking about Dollar Bill with Sharpshooter. Bozo the Clown is still telling the Sharpshooter to keep an open mind when it comes to his father, Dollar Bill, because more than likely he's going to impress you upon something that he say or he does for you that's going to make you, be more receptive to him. And of course, Sharpshooter looking at him like, yeah, right. Then we have Rusty Dusty. He's asking Flip Flopper what is her favorite memory about Stephanie Forrester. She goes on to say, and they give us visuals of her being on a roller coaster. And she's saying the shelter and the roller coaster was the most memorable moments of the last time she had spent time with his mother, Stephanie. Okay, then we have Rusty Dusty telling Flip Flopper, give him what his mother wanted him to have, which is her, for her to be the matriarch of the family, for her to do. I'm like, wait a minute, Flip Flopper, as well as Rusty Dusty. The matriarch, if y'all didn't know, is Mama Bear, Queen. So Papa Bear ain't died. He ain't died. So that means his wife, by him being the elder, would be the matriarch, not Flip Flopper, okay? And if Flip Flopper was still with you and Dollar Bill wasn't in the picture and Stephanie Forrester was still around, she would still be saying, Flip Flopper's not for you, Rusty Dusty. So I'm like, when is enough, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. For the writers, at least. When of enough is enough to still try to put these jokers together when it's obviously they do not need to be together. They had many, 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 many tries. It's always been Rusty Dusty not feeling that Flip Flopper was up to par of what he needed at that time in their relationship. Do you get what I'm understanding? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Are you finding understanding in that, guys? Woo, I tell you, I don't understand this man, Rusty Dusty. But anyway, we leave that situation. We go back to Bozo the Clown. He's giving Sharpshooter a pep talk. And we have Dollar Bill listening to the pep talk being given by his youngest son on his behalf. And he's smiling and taking it all in. And he doesn't come in to interrupt them while Bozo the Clown is giving his pep talk to Sharpshooter. Then we go back to Flip Flopper. She's telling Rusty Dusty how Stephanie did come to accept her at the end, okay, of her life. And Dusty Rusty is totally guilt tripping flip flopper to stand with him. And I'm like, come on, stand up for yourself, honey. Stand up. Breathe new life into your scenario that you got going on. Go ahead with dollar bill and live your life, honey. But anyway, we go back to Mama Bear. She is showing her insecurities to Papa Bear, and Papa Bear thinks she's worrying for nothing. Papa Bear says, no more being jealous of my sweet, sweet Katie. I don't want to hear about it no more because it's really being pathetic and you should not be so insecure. Okay, then we have Mama Bear's telling Papa Bear she's going to let her insecurities for my sweet Katie vanish. It's done deal. She ain't gonna think about it no more. He's pretty much done solidified that he loves her and owns her. So she's believing it right now. Only for right now though, y'all. Then we have I'm not flip flop. We have Mama Bear's going downstairs to get some treats for her and Papa Bear. As she's going downstairs towards the kitchen, Papa Bear's phone rings. So she's like, who the hell is calling my man? So, of course, she got to go pick up his phone instead of just letting it ring and maybe taking it up to him when she takes the treats to him. But no, she goes on. She notices it's a text from my sweet Katie saying that she's thinking she's going to get the house next door. And she signs it XOXO. Now, we know that means love. What Mama Bear is doing by sending a text message such as that is highly irregular, highly unorthodox, highly gonna get her ass whooped. Pretty much from Mama Bear. So Mama Bear like, I don't like this. She gonna shut all that shit down. So she just said, fuck it. She goes out the house to confront my sweet Katie next door. Okay? Oh Lord. We go to commercial, we come back. We have Spencer Man is a little taken back to know that my secret is trying to move in next door to Papa Bear. And of course, high alert, greedy ass want to take everything. Rick saying, should we be worried? Are you worried that your mama gonna do something crazy? Because if you think she is, you need to alert me now so I can go try to do something to dissolve this issue with uh Katie taking a house deal next to my father if you think your crazy mama gonna cut up. Okay? And then my daddy needs to know about this issue. But Special Man just trying to, play it all off. He's holding in his insecurities or his doubts that his mama's really gonna go off in the wrong way on my sweet Katie. But he don't really say anything. He said, no, 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 you got nothing to worry about. She cool, she cool. Then we have Mama Bear comes over to see my sweet Katie at her hopefully new future home. And she acknowledged and wants my sweet Katie to let her in, which she goes on and do just that. But she tells my sweet Katie she's not going to let her buy that house. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's flag on play. Flag on play. How in the world is my Mama Bear gonna stop my sweet Katie from moving in? I'm like, you don't have that kind of money floating around in reserve. Just because you're Papa's Bear's wife, don't make no fool out yourself. Please don't make no fool out yourself, Mama Bear. Get it back. Get it. Reel yourself back in. Because you definitely don't went off the cliff. Okay? And you just hanging there by a thin thread. So, we go to Sharpshooter. He's still talking about Dollar Bill and his mom with Bozo the Clown. He's still not seeing it, but he's a little bit more lenient and he's trying to have an open mind. That's all we can say. Then we go back to Rusty Dusty, still trying to convince Luke, excuse me, Flip Flopper to come back to him. Okay, Flip Flopper says she don't need him or Dollar Bill. She was taught by Stephanie, Rusty Dusty's mom, to love herself. She could stand and be on her own. I mean, she was giving herself a pep talk. I'm like, I don't even buy what you're saying. Surely you don't even buy what you're saying either, Flip Flopper, because it really don't make no sense. Even after Stephanie has been in the been out the world and gone for it would think a couple of years now, you still ain't got your shit together. You still letting a man tell you what to do, whether it be Papa Bear sometime, whether it be Rusty Dusty, or of course Dollar Bill. So when have you stood up for anything solid except for when Dollar Bill was trying to be real mean and harsh, and be, just giving my sweet Kate a hard time about having sole custody of Will and this, that, and the other. Then you came through like a true champion. But okay, other than that, the love affairs, please, please sit yourself down and stop telling us all, gracing us all on the TV with this big talk about you know yourself, you could be by yourself. No, you can't. No, you can't, Flip Flopper. You can't, girl. But anyway, we go to the last and final scene. We have Rusty Dusty pops out Stephanie's old, I guess, exquisite engagement ring of some sort that she's had all her life. I don't know if it was the first or second ring Papa Bear had gave her. I'm not even sure. I'm telling you, I'm not even sure where this ring come from, but it's very nice. I wouldn't want Stephanie's ring myself. He got to come a little bit better than that. But he's thinking legendary, the matriarch of the Forrester clan, and he wants to pass it on to Flip Flopper. And of course, Flip Flop is asking Rusty Dusty, "Are you asking me to marry you?" Like, well, he popped open that big ass box with that big ass ring. It would be nice if he would have dropped on one knee and said, "Would you marry me?" But since you floated it out your mouth, we all still stunned, and we're going to have to wait till Monday to hear his reaction or his response, Flip Flopper. But anyway, y'all, that was all I had to give y'all. Like I said, it really wasn't what I was expecting. Yesterday's episode they aired on Thursday was a little bit more appetizing than what they gave me today. But like I said, it's neither here nor there. We got that episode. I gave it to you the best way I could, with some excitement, with some chuckleness. Excuse me, because you're gonna always have something when it comes to dollar bill in the play. Okay? Because he's gonna keep it straight on point for you all day, every day. Then we got Quinn checking in and checking out of her mind. That was just hilarious altogether. So thank you for coming to my channel. Please like and share my videos and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Have a blessed, wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you, God willing, on Monday. All right, for more of The Bold and the Beautiful, given to us by CBS. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.